Hi, my name's Dom Smales. I'm an advisor, investor and co-founder.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your current role or position in the creator economy?
So in terms of my current role or position in the creator economy, I am interested in various projects at the moment. I spend a lot of my time working on a business called the Glo Project, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But as well as that, I advise on various boards. I'm on the board at bCreator Awards, which I think is a really brilliant part of the creator economy. And I think creators' creativity isn't rewarded or awarded enough. And so I really love working with those guys. I am an advisor to an influencer marketing company in Europe, based in the Netherlands and expanding fast across Europe, called Scoopers. I am the non-exec chairman at HLD Talent, which is a fast-growing talent management company run by Hannah Holland and her team that I find fascinating, and I love being kind of like back at the coalface, working with talent, making amazing things happen there. I'm the chairman of the Digital Creator Association as well, which is a trade body representing creators' interests to platforms, brands, the government, which hasn't existed before now, and I think is a really worthwhile organisation to be involved with.
What initially drew you to the world of digital talent management?
In 2010, when I founded Gleam Futures, initially what drew me to the whole space was people that I followed on YouTube. There was no such thing as the creator economy at that point. There was no such thing as Instagram, if you could possibly imagine a world without Instagram in it. And there wasn't even such a thing as the word influencer at that point in time. Literally, YouTube had been in existence in its current guise, owned by Google, for a couple of years or so. Twitter was just beginning to grow fairly fast. That was what the creator economy looks like. And I was working in media and advertising and marketing, and I was running a production company at the time. I'd kind of got to that point. And I came across these two girls who were making YouTube tutorials. So they were doing makeup and beauty. They were called Pixiwoo, their channel, and it was Sam and Nick Chapman, who were two makeup artist sisters. And at that point, we were working in the production company for a brand called Chanel. Don't know if you've heard of them. And it just fascinated me that there might be an opportunity there. I met Sam and Nick, and we got on behalf of Chanel, and we got on very well. And it was at that moment really that the penny dropped that these people, these talent, these creators that were making original content on social media platforms would have a future that would be important in media and advertising and entertainment. And so that's what initially drew me in. I really saw an opportunity basically to help these types of creators fulfill their potential, I guess. And having a brand background, I knew the value, and a brand and a media background, I could see the value of the media, so the eyeballs, the reach, impressions, all of those kind of things.
And what do you believe made Gleam really stand out and become successful in its heyday?
So what made Gleam stand out, I think, was the fact that it was born out of a want to, as I mentioned previously, bring out the real potential in creative people that were reaching audiences online. And we were completely dedicated to building legacy IP for the talent that we represented. Yes, there were some brand deals involved, and brands were interested in integrating to the content that these guys were creating every day, but that wasn't the only reason that they existed. So, and the whole industry, I feel like, has come a full circle, really. Kind of like everybody got really obsessed with brand deals, and then lots of businesses were founded based just on providing brand deals for the talent, and terming themselves as talent management. But I think what made Gleam so successful was the fact that we grew our talent's IP on a daily basis. We were interested in how we could reach audiences through multiple mediums, not just one. These days it's about Instagram. We were interested in how we could entertain audiences on different platforms as well. We did books, we did movies, we did products, we did live events. We did all kinds of iterations of entertainment for an audience that were interested in these creators. And we also fostered a team feel. So we were a family. All of the managers and everybody that worked at Gleam not only cared very much about Gleam and our future, but they also cared very much about the talent and the talent's careers and futures. So it felt like we were this band of, friends all forging this path through this brand new industry. And because the way that social media was going was absolutely exploding audience and engagement wise, we were being offered all kinds of opportunities at the time. So things grew really fast. It was really exciting times.
What was your biggest highlight or success during your time at Gleam?
So when it comes to trying to think about what the biggest highlight or success was in the entire evolution of Gleam Futures, it's almost impossible, because you could pinpoint specific years when amazing things happened. But I think looking back on the whole decade of Gleam's evolution is probably what I would say. It's a bit of a cop-out, isn't it? But there were so many different things. There were the first ever #1 bestseller in publishing, was unreal. The first time we had a live Leicester Square red carpet premiere for a movie that was fronted by 2 YouTube creators, which was Joan Casper Hit the Road, and seeing crowds turn out for that, and what you would usually expect from a A-lister Hollywood movie, etc., was another kind of standout moment. Seeing founding brands that became, for example, Sam and Nick's involvement with Real Techniques, the makeup brush brand, a completely kind of creator-led, creator-launched brand, becoming the biggest selling makeup brush brand in the UK and the fastest growing makeup brush brand in the US. All of these big kind of accolades and achievements, real achievements of scale, was very, very exciting and mind-blowing, and will always stick in my mind. I mean, there's countless moments through that time, and I think there were unique times to be experiencing that. Just crazy things, really.
What were the driving factors behind that decision, and how did they impact you?
In 2017, the influencer/creator economy, the YouTuber revolution was in full swing, and we were achieving some really incredible things at scale globally. We had 3 offices, one in Los Angeles, one in Sydney, one in London, and the world was taking note at the kind of success that this type of creator and this genre of marketing and media, I guess, was having. I was very keen on making sure the company continued to grow, and more importantly, making sure that the talent that we represented had constantly the best opportunities in the world at their doorstep. And I really wanted to muscle up. I wanted to go global even further, and I wanted the company to continue to thrive. So began to look for a partner that could facilitate that, basically. And that's when we met Dentsu, who were obviously a global media conglomerate, one of Google's biggest customers, one of Meta's biggest customers, and it was time to basically go global. So that's what kind of drove that decision, basically.
What do you think that talent agencies need to do now to stand out?
I don't think the industry's ever been in a more exciting space than it is right now. And I think the opportunities that are available to really great creators and platforms and brands that know how to use those creators and platforms to the best effect and work with them in the most efficient way, I don't think those opportunities have ever been better. And I think what we're going to see in the future is even more exciting things happening for the best talent. But I think that the industry will probably consolidate somewhat, and I think that, and consolidate to quality as well. So clients, brands are much more savvy about what they want to see in terms of results. And I think that because there are hundreds of thousands, there are millions of creators in the world now, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions probably in the UK. I think we'll probably just see a consolidation to quality creator-wise as well. And I think partners have got to become much more savvy about talent choices and be a bit more brave when it comes to what kind of activity you get involved in when you do partner with talent as well, and not just stick to a sponsored Instagram post. And I think that the industry at large will deliver more growth for talent, their managers, the agencies interested in influencer marketing. But I think everybody's got to get a bit smarter probably.
Are there any specific areas or niches that you're particularly focused in at the moment?
Yeah, so listen, I'm really passionate about helping the next generation of entrepreneur and also talent take advantage of all of those great opportunities that I've just been talking about. I think the creator economy has got a long way to run yet, and I think that it's going to get ever more sophisticated, ever more effective, and ever more exciting. Apart from all of the things that I described that I'm involved with at the beginning of this chat, I put a lot of my time into the Glo Project, which is a next generation creator economy company. So I'm looking at talent that are breaking boundaries that haven't been broken before. I'm really interested in the subscription economy as well, and delivering higher quality talent, potentially to smaller audiences, but much more highly engaged audiences. I think that this is the way that things will go. We need to drive more engagement in the creator economy, I think, because we're at risk of things becoming so kind of like mass media, mass broadcast, very low barrier to entry, that engagement's going to slip away, and audiences will trust less and less either the brands that the creators are talking about or the entertainment quality that they're going to get from a creator if they follow them on a particular platform. So I think that's got to change. So the Glo Project also has a production company called Glo Motion Studios, and Glo Motion Studios is focused on providing creator-led production with distribution. So we're looking to help potentially brands partner with creators to make leveled up, kind of like elevated content that could be distributed on broadcast platforms as well as digital platforms. And it gives the creator an opportunity to kind of flex their creative muscles as well, with a bit more resource, a team, all of that kind of stuff, and make some unique content that the audiences won't be expecting. As well as Glo Motion Studios, the Glo Project encompasses a division called Glo Imagine, which is generative AI focused. So creating assets for brands and creators and publishers, but generative AI. So characters, feeds, social media assets, creative assets. Yes, some AI generated influencers might well be on the roadmap in the future. I'm keen to point out that this isn't about pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. A generative AI is not about trying to pass off what's fake as real. I don't think there's a future in that. But I do think that AI can really help brands and creators scale up, be more efficient, reach new audiences. I think audiences can be entertained in different ways with AI assets. It's fascinating creatively. And so Glo Imagine helps brands and creators use AI well, basically.
Are there any emerging trends or challenges that you believe will significantly shape the creator economy?
So I think there are a couple of trends that we'll see come to the forefront in the next couple of years in the creator economy, and I've mentioned two of them as being one. I think AI is going to play a role in the future of the creator economy. I think that people using AI will win, and it's not about AI taking everybody's jobs. It's about people becoming better at what they do, more prolific at what they do, and more efficient at what they do by using AI. And also I think that creatively we can make some exciting new content with the AI tools that are available. And then the second thing is that I think that if you look at the creator economy now, and it's something that worries me slightly about it, it's not that diverse in terms of what platforms brands and creators are using to entertain audiences. So correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will, or your audience will, but I think 80 to 90% of all of the collaborations that happen through the creator economy and in influencer marketing are executed on either TikTok or Instagram. So between those two platforms, it's the creator economy commercially, and it might, and what percentage of those activations are just integrating a brand into a creator produced piece of content. I think that a trend that will be upon us is that we've got to be more diverse about the platforms that the entertainment is distributed on. And I think that as well as the creator produced content, I think using creators or having creators make content with bigger budgets, bigger teams, more production resource to make a slightly different product is going to be an interesting step in the future.
In your opinion, why should brands be investing in influencer marketing now?
I think brands ought to be investing in influencer marketing now, because I think now is the biggest opportunity that we've had to elevate the output in order to stand out. So if you're a brand that's had some success in influencer marketing and you've found some really great creators to work with, then I think now there's a real opportunity to try some new things and effectively be one of the pioneers of the next wave of content and creators that will undoubtedly conquer the future. I think that if you look at media and advertising now, creators are only going to be a bigger part of media and advertising. And I think that it's the smart and brave brands that will take full advantage of this.
In the next sort of 5 years, 10 years, what do you want to do in the creator economy?
So in the next 5-10 years, I'm really interested in continuing to work with a really interesting range of businesses, both brands, creators, and creator economy companies like management companies and trade bodies, etc. But I'm really looking forward to seeing creators conquer mainstream media again. I kind of like remember the days of the #1 bestsellers and the #1 ranking movies in the charts and all that kind of stuff, and I think that we can get there again. I think that it sounds cheesy, but I think that creators and brands could be the next Hollywood, and I think now's time for that basically. So I'm really looking forward to being part of that basically and helping where I can.